Okay, so we are going to be moving on to the 29th problem in the grind 75. This one is called longest substring without repeating characters. We're given 30 minutes, so we'll start the countdown now. Okay, so let's see. Given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. So, okay, answer is that, length 3. Okay, two things that come to mind immediately, haven't really looked at the examples, sliding window and some set. Okay, so basically, okay, we're gonna have 2 pointers, and let's see. So we will start them both at the beginning, and we're going to move the, let's call it back pointer, out until, and yes, we're gonna, so both pointers start at the same place. We are going to add the value that is at the pointer, and then we're going to move the back pointer. Then we're going to see if our set of visited values or seen values contains that value. If it does, then we are going to move our back pointer up, or I guess it would be the front pointer up. And let's see. What we actually want to return is the length. So we can also just have a counter variable. So counter would also get incremented as we move, and then it would get reset if we've seen a value already. Okay, so first off, we're going to create a set. We're going to call it, what is it going to have? So a hash set of integer values is going to be called seen before. Let's just say that. Its dynamic type is going to be the same as its static type. It's going to be initially empty. Then we're going to create 2 pointers. Let's see. Longest substring. Yeah, so the pointers will be indices. They will represent index values. So we'll say, actually we'll call it left and right pointer. That makes more sense. So left pointer is going to be initialized to 0. Similarly, right pointer is going to be initialized to 0. Going to be initialized to 0. Then we're going to have our return value, which is going to be, we're going to call it max length, and that's going to be initialized to 0 as well. All right, so we have a couple values right there, and we're going to do an iteration through S. So we're going to say for, yes, so the hash set is actually going to contain characters. It's not going to contain integers. We're going to say for character C in s.toChar array, we are going to, so do I want to do character in toChar array, or do I want to treat right pointer as the kind of the index that we're going to be incrementing each time? I think I might actually want to do that. So I'm going to say for right pointer, while right pointer is less than s dot length, in that case we don't need the character array actually. And then we're going to increment right pointer. Okay. If this isn't correct, then we'll just define right pointer in here. But I believe this should be okay. So, first off, we're going to say if the value that we are looking at, so if s.char at right pointer is in our set of characters that we've seen before, so if seen before dot contains s.char at right pointer, then let's see, we're going to put the left pointer up to where right pointer is. So left pointer is going to be equal to right, actually first off, we're going to update max length to whichever is greater. Max length is going to be equal to math.maximum of whatever the current max length is, or what the difference between right pointer and left pointer is. And then after that, we will update left pointer appropriately, set that equal to right pointer. And right pointer will naturally increment. But if it's the case that we haven't seen the letter before, why is the indentation being made? If we haven't seen the character before, then we're going to want to add it to our seen before set. So we're going to say seen before dot hash set. Hash set extends or implements the collections interface. So that would mean we use add. And we're going to put in the character that we are currently on. So s.char at right pointer. Okay, and then if this works properly, all we need to return, let's see, why is that not? It should be matching with that, this up here. Is there an extra? No. Okay, that's, I'm gonna ignore that for now. I'll fix it when we run the compiler. So sorry, yeah, again, we just have to return max length. So let's see if this actually holds up. The output is 3. Yeah, let's just look at this first example right here. So initializer set, left and right pointer are equal to 0. Max length is equal to 0. We are going to increment right pointer. So first off, we're going to start there. We're going to check if we've seen the character before. We haven't, so we're going to add to it. And actually, so we go 1, 2. So we might have to do a +1, but let's just kind of work through it first. So if it contains, okay, so we're going to add it. We're going to move it on, add it, move it on, add it. And then at that point, if seen before that contains the character at right pointer, which it does, and we're going to set max length equal to the index minus the left pointer, which in this case it'll be 3 minus 0, which is correct. Okay, but let's say it's WKE. Yeah, let's say it's this one right here, just so that it's not at the beginning, like the first example. So left and right pointer initialized to front. Okay, we didn't reset hash set. So we also have to reset hash set. So scene before dot clear. That's what we need to do. Right. We should be able to do clear. Clear should work just fine. And just going to go through this example really quick. Both start at the same place. Move on. Move on. Oh, but we've seen this already. So then we're going to push our left pointer, or we're going to update max to 2. We're going to push our left pointer to where right currently is. And then we're going to clear everything we've seen before. All right, and then going to move right pointer on. Oh, that's new. Going to move right pointer on again. That's also new. Wait a minute. Yeah, so we clear it, but we also want to add back the value, which will happen automatically. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I believe this works. Let's just, unless this doesn't really work, but let's just run the code and see if there's any. Okay, what does this say? Hashtag, oh, I always forget the new keyword. I don't really know why, but that's just something I like to do. Okay, yeah. Doesn't seem like we can do that. I will just initialize right pointer here. I'm gonna say in right pointer. Yeah. And then what's this? Scene before that contains, we're missing a parenthesis, I believe. Yeah. Okay. That should be all the errors. Except for one, it seems like. Can't find symbol. Right. Spelling mistakes will definitely hurt you. Right pointer. Seem before. Wow, that is a. I don't usually make spelling mistakes like that. Okay, cool. Wrong answer. Okay. Output 0, expected 1. So this is technically a character, right? I mean, we can have the base case too. So, okay. Let's actually just look at the description really quick. Could be of length 0. So for, okay. Math.max. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just going to add the base case of 1 character. If we have 2 characters, this should still hold, I believe. Like say we have A and B. 0 goes to 1. Well, does it hold actually? That's the length of the string. Let's see, A and B, 0, 1. Max length is equal to, and then seen before, dot add. So it could also be, if max length, say we never get around to updating max length, we can simply, let's do this actually. If max length is equal to null, then what we'll do is return the size of our set. So we can just do seen before dot size. Otherwise, we'll return max length. Because if we go through the entire string and we never have to reset seen before, meaning we never see any repeats, then we will never have updated max length. And so we can simply return the size of all the characters that we've seen before, because that's that max length of the substring. So I believe that should work. Let's just hit submit. Okay. So I guess you can't really say equals null. Type null. Well, it's possible that max length could equal 0 too. If it equals 0, we could just say that, yeah. Because if it equals 0, that means that the string is empty, and that is a possibility. And so we can also return the size of our set, which will be size 0. So let's hit submit. Okay, not quite, I guess. Okay, why is this incorrect? AAB. Let's just look really quick. Yeah, because it has to do with like we're getting to the end of the string and then we're subtracting. I think we can take whichever is greater actually between max length and the seen before size, because we don't update the size of seen before if we run to the end of the matrix, if our substring runs to the end of the matrix. Or why am I calling it a matrix? If the substring runs to the end of the string, we won't be able to update max length. So what we're going to do is math.max between max length and seen before dot size. Okay, and I believe this should work. Let's see. Okay, that also doesn't work. So VDF. So why doesn't this work though? Okay, let's just go through it. So both start off at 0. Going to move right pointer. So we're going to add D because we haven't seen it before. Going to add V because we haven't seen it before. And then we have seen D before. So now right pointer is at index 2. Max length is going to be maximum between that and right pointer minus left pointer, where right pointer is at 2 and left pointer is at 0. So that's the value of 2. Left pointer is now going to move up to right pointer, and then we're going to clear our hash set. And then we should also add the character at index 2, which we will. Oh. Yeah, we're not updating the pointer properly. Yeah, left pointer doesn't just jump up to right pointer. All it does is move on 1, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. As this example pretty clearly illustrated. Because, yeah. Okay. So, I want to say this is right. I feel like, okay. I've been saying that for the past couple of times, but okay, now that's not right. Output is 5, expected is 3. How did we get 5? Expected 3, ABC, CAB. Okay, so we're gonna add ABC, right? Oh, right pointer minus left pointer. We can't do that anymore. What we're going to have to do actually is seen before dot size. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit submit again. It's not a great look. Okay, that's awesome. Why is this not working anymore? So we're outputting 2, we're expecting 3. Both starting at 0, add D, add V, and then our max length is equal to, oh, yeah, I see, okay. Well, no. And seen before dot clear, and then set dot add. Do we have to move right pointer back too? To where left pointer is? I think we might have to. VD E F. No, in that case we wouldn't have to. VD V. What if we had DV DVF? So then we move that back, right pointer back to V, go on to D, oh, and then we hit V again. But then we're like, oh no, that doesn't work. So then left pointer goes up to D, and then we move right pointer back to D, and then we get the substring. Yeah, I believe that's what we have to do. So, okay. Left pointer, and then right pointer is equal to left pointer. Okay, submit. All right, so we submitted a total of 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had a solution like very early on, like probably within the first like 5 minutes, but there was a lot of nuance that we didn't account for. I mean, we did spend the rest of the problem trying to figure out, any small details, but how do we prevent that from happening? It got so drawn out. Um, Not really too sure. I mean, I guess we could have just thought about the problem a little bit more, but yeah, I don't know exactly. We're going to stop there, and then we're going to go over the solution in a bit.